crashing in the prison, in your writing, you are, in the slaughter, your finger, new ground. Make me a blossom. Make me a river. Make me a river. You want me to be. Hi, good day, and welcome. Please hold on until we connect to our Facebook channel, please. Thank you for joining us. I love you. If you're just joining, you can just say hello. I see you, Ojuna and Chidima Okoye. Thank you for joining. You're right. New ground. Ever so. Make me a river. You want me to be. I came here with nothing. Jesus, take you out of me. Out of me. Hello, everybody. We are live from both platforms. Thank you for joining me. My name is Wendy Ologe, and I'm the founder of the Intentional Parent Academy. If you can see me and you can hear me, please say hello in the comment section. All right? If this is the first time joining me on this broadcast, just say hello, say hi, and put a hashtag. First time joining you. Hi, Chidima. It's good to have you here. Thank you so much for joining. It is our Tuesday live session on TIP. Thank you so much, Akudo. Good to have you here. We're going to start soon. Just give us a moment to make sure that the people on Facebook can come online. If you're here, you can see me on Facebook. Please say hello. I don't think I can see any chat here. Please say hello. We will be glad that you did. Thank you so much. Me with nothing. All you have given me, Jesus, make new wine out of me. I give you wine. New wine out of me. Can we see comments on Facebook, please, so that we can get rolling? Let's be sure that you can see us. If you're here, please let me know. Alrighty. Some people are asking me about the song that is playing in the background. It's called New Wine by Hillsong Worship. All right, New Wine by Hillsong Worship. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. It is an awesome time with you. Thank you so much. You can hear me. If you're just streaming live for the first time seeing me, please do let me know in the comment section. I don't know why I can't see comment on Facebook, but I guess I would need to go on anyway. All right, I'm hoping that the comments are there. Maybe we'll log on onto another device to make sure that I can be seen. Can someone please confirm to me that I can be seen? Thank you is another new day, a good day, an amazing, awesome day. Thank you for joining me. I can see my mom, and thank you so much for joining me. YouTube family, I see you guys. Thank you for joining me. All right, please bear with us as we get onto the conversation. If you're joining me for the first time, please say hi in the comment section. If you're joining me, join me before, just say hello. All right, say hi and put a hashtag, first time joining you. I'm going to start this conversation today with a big announcement. The big announcement is that we have a date for TIP annual conference. We have a date for TIP annual conference. Somebody should guess. We have a date for TIP annual conference. Somebody should guess. Put that in the comment section if you want to join us to do the guess. TIP annual conference is a platform that we use to review a lot. We actually get on we use it to get through to parents to learn a lot more. All right, TIP annual conference helps us to actually be able to look at parenting from all facets of life. This year, we're going to have parents from all over, more than 26 coaches. We're going to have about 30 coaches from all over the world, the US, the UK. Somebody's already guessing. Canada, we already have our coaches ready. These coaches are going to, do such an awesome job, right? Clara, you've missed it a bit, just a bit. All right, it's slated for July 2021. It's the biggest online parenting conference ever, anywhere in the world. Yes, we actually do it, right? So it's online and you will be able to attend that conference free. It is one of our ways of giving back to the community. All right, apart from being on our communities where we share content that help you on your parenting journey. So TIP conference is for, I'm seeing a lot of dates. I'm seeing a lot of dates popping up, right? 25th to 31st of July. Yippee! Mawu Balogo has it. Yes, 25th to 31st of July. That's the date for TIP annual conference. You need a gift. I'm going to give you one. How did you get so right? All right. 25th to 31st of July. Thank you so much. That is the big announcement. TIP annual conference is coming. It streams live on our YouTube channel. You want to actually subscribe to our YouTube channel and make sure that you are, following the conversations, the announcement will bring you people from all over. If you've ever attended TIP conference over the years, you will know that this is a big time for TIP. It's a big time for you. It's a big time for us. It's a time that we enjoy. All right, I can see a lot of hellos and highs on our Facebook channel. I just reckon that apparently we were not seeing conversations on Facebook from the device I was streaming on, but I can see now. Thank you so much for joining us. All right, so if you were also at the Fathers Conference, let's see your comment. I'm not talking about women, please. If you're a woman and you were there, we don't want to see your comment. Keep it to yourself. So we want to see the conversation. All right, great. First time joining, Solomon. Thank you so much, Ozioma, Debbie. I can see a lot of first timers. We are a lot, right? Thank you so much. I appreciate every one of you. Hi, Uchena. Hi, everybody. Hi. Okay, I can see the comments and the highs in the Facebook conversation. All right. Yes, I was there. Ibara is one parent, one father that I respect so much. He ran with the mandate as soon as the Fathers Conference was over. If you want to get replays of the Fathers Conference with the worksheets and also the guide that we built for fathers, all right, specifically the blueprint of the involved father, we found out that as much as we're talking about single parenting today, we've also found out that even the fathers who are living, with their spouses are having issues, right? Parenting, and they're not involved. So we did that conference to actually get attention of fathers so that fathers can get involved. This morning, one of the fathers in our inner circle said to me, Even though I'm the inner circle, I've been involved, but that conference brought me clarity on how I can get involved. All right, so we have this worksheet, and we are also it's also available on purchase for 5,000 naira instead of the amount that is worth over 50,000 naira that is worth. So you can get them for 5,000 naira, and by Friday, you get your copies and all the assets that you require. You will also get a replay of last year's Fathers Conference as well, so that you will also go through all of them, walk your journey, and become better. Today, we are talking about single parenting. We had a conversation. There was a lot of uproar. There have been a lot of uproar in our, in our Facebook community on different issues. It started from the Fathers Conference. And, we shared some stuff about the Fathers Conference, and some mothers, came at us, single, parents and all of that. Are you saying single parents can't do this job? What are you talking about? And all of that. We want to bring clarity to that conversation and also bring you solutions, because one of the things that we have learned in the academy is not just to talk about issues of life. We have also learned to be able to share solutions with you, right? So apart from just coming up to say, oh, this is not the way it should be and this is what should be, we also come out to also share with you what should be obtainable, right? Thank you so much, Larry Emmanuel. I attended the conference. It was mind-blowing and shifting for me. I am so grateful that that conference made a difference in your life, and we do not take it for granted. Thank you so much for being there. Hi, thank you so much, ma'am. Chinyere Obasi. I really appreciate you. All right, thank you so much all for joining me. So now we're talking about single parenting. Who is a single parent? I've heard a lot of people, right? I've heard a lot of people, tell me about parenting alone. I've heard a lot of people say that, oh, people try to castigate single parents. Oh, people try to say that single parents aren't doing, a good job and all of that. I'm here to tell you today that you are not just only doing a good job, you are doing a fantastic job. However, we need to also know the kind of war we are fighting so that we understand exactly what it is that we need to do per time. You can't fight a war you know nothing about. That's something that I keep saying, and I hope it resonates with someone today, right? As much as, many of the times we do not make choices on how to parent. Sometimes, single parenting comes in different, arenas, right? We have single parents who chose to become single parents. These days, we're having more people choose. I don't know what that people actually, go out of the way to choose, all right? It's their choices. However, they need to also recognize that there are downsides to it and now understand how they can manage it. There are people who didn't choose to become single parents. They saw themselves become single parents. Maybe they are widowed. Maybe something happened to them. Maybe they are divorced, they're separated, and all of that. These are relevant issues, right? These are issues that they are real, okay? We're not taking away the realness of this issue. Please, mind you, this class, all right, this class is not a session to bring you down to what it is that you're doing or say that, oh, you're not doing it. All right. It's a session for you to look at what you're doing and look at how you can improve it. And then look at what it is that you're doing that can turn the other side. When we had that conversation at the Fathers Conference, I realized that those statistics were even more realer in Nigeria than it is ever outside of the country. All right. If you're watching me, wherever you're watching me from, please let me see your comments in your comment section to know that you're here. All right. Thank you so much for joining. Tag your friend who also have issues, parenting alone. Share the link if you are on our YouTube channel. Okay. So I know as sensitive as this is, the statistics are real. The facts are real. And you need to actually have this, somewhere so that you will be able to deal with it holistically from a place of knowledge. holistically from a place of knowledge. Last week we shared on the involved father, and we told fathers the effect of not being involved in parenting their children. And we talked about the children who are not, who have absentee fathers, are prone to also become absentee fathers themselves, and all of the things that we shared and all of the statistics. Hi, Chidozie, thank you for being here. And you realize that some of these things are, they are there, but nobody is, is talking about it. Nobody is teaching it, and we are parenting our children alone, without looking at it. What is the effect of single parenting on children? Let us look at the effects. Let us look at the effects, because the truth of the matter is that for everything there is an effect. All right, so there is an effect. What are the effects of single parenting? There are pros, there are cons. All right, and a lot of the times we take this off and do not look at it really. Single parenting, there are a lot of lacks that actually come with it. There are a lot of lacks that actually come with it. So what are those things? Can we name them and then begin to now walk from the place of knowledge down to the place where we are and where we want to be? Again, I want to repeat, we know that you're not parenting alone because you chose to. Some of us chose to. Some of us didn't choose to at all. But whichever way, when life gives you lemons, like they say, you make lemonades out of it. Although the mass, are rapidly increasing, the children of single parents have, they also have a role in the society. All right, so we need to actually begin to do it. The reality is that there are single parent families. Whether or not the society decides to do this, agree, and all of that is there. So the statistics are there, yes, but we need to also understand that this is also an issue that we would need to deal with. There are common issues that we found about single parenting. Number one is the financial strain that comes with it. There's a financial strain that comes with single parenting alone. All right, and many of the times, someone shared recently that was Mutefe, and and he said it is difficult to parent alone. It makes the family difficult, and people were outraged by that particular quote, and it wasn't to prick anybody. It was for us to begin to have these conversations that we are not having. So number one is that many parents who parent alone have the financial strain, and these financial strains are real. They struggle with a lot. There is, the money. It's already difficult parenting together, not to talk of parenting alone. So I don't even know anybody saying that, oh, no, it's not true. Oh, it's a lie. Oh, it's an insensitive statistics. I don't know about you, but parenting together, for me, is already a big deal. And then there is now parenting, only you. So the child naturally, or the parent that is dealing with it naturally, is going to be strained. Whether you're parenting by choice or you're parenting alone by something that is not your choice. But either way, they are there. So what we're saying is that this is an issue. And this financial strain will affect the children many of the times. Now, because a lot of women have actually gone to a point where they are beginning to now, become financially more stable to be able to provide, in quotes, for their children as a single parent, or even a lot of men alone, it's increasingly becoming, well, if that is it alone, then I can do it without anybody. Unfortunately, financial strain is not all there is. So there is that financial strain where you actually want to do something and you can. Now, let me tell you what the financial strain does to you, even when you have the money. What happens is that you now begin to also overindulge your children to extremes that doesn't even help the child at all. You begin to overindulge your children like, oh, well, Shebi, they said I can't do it. And, I can do it because I have the money. And then you do things that wouldn't help your child. Remember what we said about do what works for you. People always say, oh, do what works for you. Oh, it's overwhelming. Do what works for you. And I always ask the question, what exactly works for the child? Is it really about what works for you, or is it about what works for the child? It's about the child. Our aim is actually to raise the wholesome child as a parent. That's our first aim. Every other thing, comes as extras, right? So it is something that we need to actually begin to think about. So financial strain can be on both sides. Either it's actually causing undue hardship, or on the other end, it's now causing you to actually make decisions, financial decisions that will not give your children the opportunity to learn. And then you overindulge them, monetarily, and then that becomes an issue in its own. Number two, you also have low parenting quality. Low parenting quality. It's also one of the issues of parenting alone. I'm sharing this again so that we would understand that there is a war to fight. There is what we are fighting, and then we can now go to war well equipped instead of going to war without having what it takes to go to war. The statistics of single parents having low parenting quality in their home is higher than having two parents together. Does that mean that there are parents who are parenting alone who are not doing a good job? No, that's not what we're saying. Please do not quote me out of context, because I've come to realize in the recent times that we look at things, and then we twist it how we just want to understand it and just carry it and just run with it. We're here to give clarity to you to be able to know where your game is, where your fight is, and how to fight it. That's the idea. So there is the issue of low parenting quality. I tell you why that is. Already, there is an issue of low parenting quality in families today with two people. Then you now look at someone who is, parenting alone. The issue of low parenting quality is, it's on the single parent. Now, why is that so? Parenting requires time. Remember, I told you that there's a financial strain. You're going to have to run, walking through a lot. You're going to have to run walking through a lot with your children. There are issues with, your parenting because you don't have the time. So your way of parenting suffers when there are many responsibilities added to your everyday life already. You're working long hours. You might actually miss your child's important school functions. You may not afford, to even bring someone who can take care of your child, or maybe even spend time. You may react more if your child, have behavioral issues, because already, remember, you're dealing with issues yourself. You may also disclose, your personal issues with your child. Many single parents begin to see their children as their friend. And many of the times, parenting isn't about you becoming friends with your child. Because you are lonely, you are looking for someone, a family to talk to, someone closer, someone that you can actually unburden to. You give your child the emotional trouble of carrying your issues, which doesn't help your child emotionally, because you're now giving the child what it is that they cannot carry. They do not have the capacity to carry it. This is one of the things that actually bring low parenting qualities. So I said earlier that you may also, disclose financial issues with your child that your child have no business hearing. You might disclose personal issues with your child that your child have no, business hearing. But because the child does not have the emotional maturity, the emotional strength to deal with these situations to help you. All right, so you will not have time to even begin to work out what should work with your children. So it's a whole lot. is a whole lot, all right? If you hear something that resonates with you, you can help us place the fire emoji in the comment section, or you can rewrite it as well. Thank you so much, all right? So you will give your children some emotional burden that shouldn't even, be there at all. So this causes low parenting quality. I like to say that we need to actually begin to look at some of these things so that it will help us, parent better as single parents. Another thing that can happen with single parents is that a lot of the children have behavioral issues. Now, behavioral and emotional issues. Let me lump it together. Your children are likely to suffer self-esteem issues. If you're parenting alone and you're parenting without the father, many of the times confidence is built, self-esteem is built with the male figure. Many of the times, so they will start to, they may crave for attention, and it will not be enough because you have a busy schedule. They may lose, expectation in their relationship later in life, or they may actually have more expectation for affection and company down the road. But that eventually doesn't create a healthy dynamics, because your children require you to emotionally be available. All right, to emotionally be available, you find out that your child actually begins to struggle. Okay, your child actually begins to struggle. So the self-esteem issue is actually a big deal, because you do not have time to actually help the children as they are going through the journey. And then eventually, as they are also going and growing, this forms a base for them. I share the statistics that acceptive fathers actually usually creates a vacuum. There's a vacuum that they create in the lives of their children. Children who were raised without a father and children who were raised without a mother will usually create, there's always a vacuum. There's always a vacuum. So they lose, some of them lose expectation. Sometimes they will even take the blame for where they are. It may be difficult for them to stop, comparing. All right. So this is one thing that that can be a problem. All right. Self-esteem issues, emotional issues, and also behavioral issues. Remember that parenting is spelled as time. So you would need time to be able to correct behaviors, to be able to do a lot of things, but that doesn't also come. And then we have loneliness. Many people who are parenting alone are lonely. Many people who are parenting alone are lonely. And as much as we want to say, oh, is rocking, oh, it's the best thing that have ever happened to me, oh, I just love it and all of that, everybody requires companionship. Is part of the psychological needs of man. Part of the core psychological needs of man. So many of the times, loneliness is a thing for many people who are parenting alone. It's a challenge. They will not only be able to share, there are many things that you can't share with your children regardless. They can't share their joy, there are just some things. If it's because a parent is single because their spouse died or any tragedy, it becomes even harder for you to bear all sorts of all these responsibilities. Another thing that can happen is that your children will have adjustment difficulties. Children also face issues along with their single parents. They may have a sense of loss, a sense of poverty, continuous exposure to issues, and then your own sense of loss is because you're missing a spouse. But a child's sense of loss is because they are missing a guide. It's not the same thing. So it will be tougher for children, especially children who are younger. And you must take cognizance of this, because that will help you to actually begin to put things together. So now that we know that these are some of the challenges that we can have as single parents, you're asking, Coach, so what is the way forward? Now, I hear you. All right, I hear all you're saying. Okay, I'm in this condition. Some of us are even single parenting out of choice. Or when I say choice, maybe your spouse lives in somewhere in another country, and you live in another country as well. And all of you, you really can't help it, and you are parenting alone at the moment. You can this can also help you. What I'm about to share can also help you. The number one thing every single parent will need to do is to deal with guilt. Someone help me write that in the comment section. You need to deal with guilt. It's a big deal for many people who are parenting alone. Many of the times you feel guilty for many things. You feel guilty for the things you can't provide for your child. You feel guilty for the time that you don't have to spend with your children. You feel guilty for, a lot of things. For your good, you try to focus on all the things to accomplish for the day. You try to show love, comfort, attention, for your little ones. You feel guilty about even your divorce. You feel guilty. Sometimes you even feel guilty for your loss. You are guilty that, you feel guilty that someone, your spouse died. So you need to deal with guilt, because guilt is a key thing when it comes to parenting alone. A lot of people who are parenting alone are constantly in a state of blaming themselves. Oh, I wish I can do this. Oh, they're just guilty. Guilty, that's the word. It is something you need to deal with. Every person who is parenting alone. All right. Every person who is parenting alone. I was listening to a story, right? And the girl was sharing. She had been married and all of that. Yes, Chidima, thank you for sharing that. That's what I was actually going to talk about. Yeah, some children actually go into homosexuality because of the way their father has treated their mother, and and all the divorce issues, separation issues, and all of the things that we also say about men, or we also say about women, and all of that. The opposite sex generally. So when you don't deal with your guilt, you are constantly fighting. You're fighting a fight that doesn't exist. You're constantly looking for things that are not there. So you need to deal with this guilt. You need to look for help to deal with it. All right. Another thing that you need to deal with is that you need to deal with shame. Because of shame, single parents are constantly trying to prove a point. Shame. Number one thing is guilt. Number two thing is shame. Shame. You need to deal with shame. You're currently, you want to, you are afraid. You just feel that it's a shameful thing. Even people who are parenting alone out of life circumstances, like death. You see widows feel shame. And we also shame people who parent alone, which is something that we need to actually review. You need to deal with shame. When you deal with shame, that will help you to begin to look at this as, this is a role that have come to me. Yes, what would people say? How am I going to react? How am I going to, do this and all of that? You need to actually remember that it's about you and the child that you are raising. Whatever circumstances that have brought you to the point that you need to parent alone, you need to actually look at shame and take it out. So, single parents have, even the ones that say, no, I have overcome it and all of that, a lot of us haven't overcome parenting alone and the shame in quotes. Some of the shame as well, we put it, the single parents actually put it on themselves without knowing that that's what they're doing. So you need to deal with shame. Shame that comes with parenting alone. Like I said, this has nothing to do with having a child outside of wedlock. I have worked with widows, and I know that they also have this shame of parenting alone. They have this shame of parenting alone. So it's something that needs to be dealt with if you must be successful raising, a better child. What happens when you are ashamed parenting alone is that this actually rubs off on your child without you knowing. You project your shame onto your child and make your child look inadequate without knowing that that's what you are actually doing. So that shame isn't just you, it is also what you're doing on your parenting journey unconsciously. And that is constantly making you, strive where you actually do not need to. Number 3, you need to deal with hurt. I have seen widows who hurt because their husband died. And there's you can't, it's valid to feel hurt in situations like that. You need to feel hurt. You need to deal with it. Whether you're parenting alone, right? Or you're parenting because a spouse died, you're hurting. Or you're parenting because someone raped you and had a child, you're hurting. Or you're parenting because your husband, you're divorced, you're hurting. You need to deal with it. I saw that conversation that happened on our community, all right? That happened on the community on Facebook. I saw how parents came at it. They came at it because I saw people who are hurting. A lot of people who reach out to me ask me, are you able to respond to people on our community kindly and be firm at the same time? Actually, one of the things that have helped me on my journey, I have been able to deal with is I understand that when people do not know, it's easy for them to also, just, go off. And also, when people are hurting, the natural thing is that hurting people hurt others. So when people are hurting, they just want to hurt you so that you feel their hurt as well. That's one of the things that happen. So when that happens, if you need to always be empathic on that side. So anytime you see someone go off, person is that hurting. So when I was reading all of that conversation on our Facebook community, I realized that there were a lot of hurting people who are parenting alone. You need to deal with that hurt. I tell you, what happens when you don't. You're going to become a bitter parent. You're going to become a bitter parent, parenting others. So you are constantly, going to be hitting your hearts on others. So everywhere around the people you're parenting will be, tensed. It is something you need to deal with. So if you're parenting alone, the first point of call is to deal with these 3 things. Now, you see these 3 things: your guilt, the shame, the hurt. These are the 3 things that make you want to prove the point that you are doing something right. There's no point to prove, my dear single parents. There's no point to prove. None at all. None at all. Because if you have dealt with these 3 things, you would recognize that all of us are, walking the trenches of this parenting journey, and it is not easy for anyone. So if you deal with this, you need your emotions in check. Every post isn't about you because you haven't dealt with your guilt, your shame, and your hurt. All right. So sorry. Let me plug my system before it goes off. All right. Thank you. So because there is the guilt, the hurt, the shame, and all of that, you are constantly fighting a war with nobody. With nobody. Nobody is fighting you. And you see a post, you just feel, oh, this post must be talking about single parents. Where are they? So you get angry at everything. I have seen posts, sometimes you're going through something, You scroll through social media and see a friend post something, you get agitated. And you feel this person must be talking about me. That's why this person, that's why this person is actually doing this. So the guilt, the hurt, all of them actually come down at you if you don't deal with it. So when you see yourself actually having to fight on, in public, in quotes, trying to tell people that you're doing a good job, there's something wrong with what you're doing. If you want to say, oh no, I've seen single parents who have, raised better children and all of that, there's something somewhere you will need to deal with. Another thing that you can do as a single parent, I've talked about dealing with your guilt, dealing with your shame, and dealing with your heart. You also need to get a parent model and a model family. Don't kid yourself. You need one. Your children need to see role models in that other parent that isn't available. There's no two ways about it. I like to say this. Many of the times we want to, come out, sound woke, say things, I can do it all by myself and all of that. The children, if this is about the children, like we always say, it's not what works for you, but what works for the child. If this is about what works for the child, then you want to go back to whatever it is that you are currently doing to review. Get a role model of that. I don't know who it will be. I am not suggesting who it can be. It is not in my place to, but I'm telling you what is required. And you need to actually get that role model, create role models for your children. Let them have model families. Let them see how it works. Experts who do single parenting actually understand this, and they've talked about this, preached this, and it is very, very important. You need to actually deal with it. All right. Another thing that you need to actually do is you need support groups. You need, support system that is going to actually help you. That is going to actually help you. Support system. Don't do this alone. It's already as difficult as it is for two people. And then when you're doing it alone, it's as difficult as it gets. Get support groups. Get into a system that helps you to keep you accountable. The tendency of you missing it is high, much more than the other parent. I'm not saying that parents, you've seen me talk about parents, even what they're doing and all of that. We're teaching parents, but we're specifically saying that if you want to actually deal with this, work on it the way it should be. All right. So you need to actually seek help, seek support. Look at the system of support that helps you. Friends, family, whatever, but let there be support. Your friends can support you. I have a friend who is parenting alone, and the kind of support that she has from us is overwhelming, but she presents herself for support. You need to actually seek support groups. You need to actually seek support in the system that you're currently running, your friends, your family, and all of that. And then, if possible, look at groups that can support you, communities that can help you deal with this. Another thing that you can do is that you need to also be positive. It's happened. You're a single parent. You need to move on and look at how this can work for you. Instead of wallowing in the shame, in the guilt, in the hurt, you need to actually do this for the sake of your children. All right? You need to do this for the sake of your children. Your children they need a parent. So if the other parent isn't available, you would need to do something to help you, to help them, right? Being there. So you need to pick it up and then move. What I'm sharing with you, it's not supposed to be easy. So I'm not here, in any way telling you, I know what you're going through, I know how it is, and all of that. No, that's not what I'm here for. I am here saying that you can actually do things better than you are doing it right now. You need to create routines. You need to put routines together that will help you to get this, all done. What we have done at the academy is that we have brought in an independent single parenting academy. We don't do single parenting, right? To come and run a masterclass for single parents alone. And this masterclass is free. Going to hold on Friday for single parents alone. Please, if you're not a single parent, do not come. There's no need. All right. For single parents alone, we're doing it free. We're bringing in the Single Parenting Academy to come and give you a masterclass. We want you to, see better. These some of the things that I have shared with you are their tips and hacks, like we always say, but you can actually get more information on that masterclass. So if you're parenting alone, all right, if you're parenting alone, thank you so much, Mojisola. Well done. If you're parenting alone, you need to actually get this right. Okay, we're going to share details of how you can look at that, how you can get into that masterclass. But if you're parenting alone, you can just put single parenting, and we'll reach out to you with details. We do not want people who are not parenting alone to come into that session. It's on Friday. I will want just parents, if you know a parent who is parenting alone, get them in, let them come to that masterclass. It's free. This particular Single Parenting Academy has agreed to come and do this for us in the academy, right? For single parents only. For single parents only, right? So please, you get into the system and attend the masterclass. All right, single parenting. If you're parenting alone, all you need to do. I know that we do not have this class does not have a lot of people like that. I know that we do not have a lot of single, parents or maybe out there. But I believe that we have much more that we haven't seen. Tag your friend, your family, who is a single parent, and let them get in. And I've only seen one single parent child. This masterclass is free, right? This masterclass is free. Okay. If you are on YouTube, please just reach out to us. Our number is under this stream, and you would actually get information and all of the details. Please, if you can reach out to us, all right, so that single parenting, we have quite a number. I can see quite a number. Tag your family, your friends. So just put single parenting. We'll send you the link to be able to get into this masterclass. It is strictly for parents who are doing single parenting. All right. Okay, we already have the details. My team have shared the details with me. They will share details right here with me, right here on the conversation. Let me see if we'll be able to pin it on the conversation. Let me see if we'll be able to pin it. Single parenting, biological one foster. Oh, awesome. Well done, ma. Single parenting. Wow, we have quite a lot. Okay, let's get the details and pin on our YouTube channel. Okay. So this, like I said, this masterclass is only for single parents only. Okay. So this masterclass is for single parents only. Please, let me see if we can. Precious, please help me share that again on the. Help me share that again on our YouTube community so that we can pin it. Augustine, if you can hear me, please share the details of that. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing. Please register for the single parenting masterclass. All you need to do is just to register. It is a free masterclass, but please note that it is only for parents who are parenting alone. All right, don't worry, Precious. I got the link. I shared this link right on our YouTube community, and we've also pinned that post so that we can all have this, register. Please, if you are on YouTube, you can see it right on the pinned so that you will be able to register. All right. Okay. Chidinma, that's fine. Thank you. If you're parenting alone by circumstances, whatever it is, please register for this class. It could also be that you're parenting alone, your spouse is somewhere else, your son somewhere else. You could come in for the class. It's free, but please, we will ask you for details of being a single parent. All right, you need details for your sister-in-law. That's fine. See the details right here. If you know anybody who is parenting alone, you can tag them, or you can even share the link with them. Let them get into the system and let them have the share, get into the class on single parenting. I'm going to have we have a bit of time so that we can answer questions. So please answer questions. Charlotte says single parent. All right. Please, if you put single parent in the conversation in the details, please just click that link and register for that class. It's going to be a master class exclusive to people who are parenting alone. All right. All right, exclusive to people who are parenting alone. All right, so it's I don't know why we are off the conversation right on our Facebook community. I don't know why we're off the conversation, but I guess I don't know why it went off, but I guess the conversation should be done. Okay, so if you have questions, I'm going to just take the questions from our YouTube community. All right, so if you have questions, just share with me here, and then we would answer before we begin to go. We'll answer your questions before we begin to go. I can see Mojishola said, single parenting, 3 biological and 1 foster daughter. Well done, ma'am. I know that it can be easy, and I know that you will be strengthened. We're here to support you. So if you are parenting alone, please register for that class. This master class is only for people who are parenting alone, and it holds on Friday, please. All right, it's a master class that we are all going to be part of. Okay, I don't think I can see. Please, if you want to register, check the pinned post. I don't think I can see anything. I don't think you know. All right, I don't think I can see anything here. I don't think I can see any questions, but let me go up and see if there are questions. Thank you. That's awesome. God bless you for that connection. Thank you. Faithful, my family has been awesome in the area of supporting me. It's not been easy. Oh, thank you, Moji Sola. I can imagine. All right. Some people might be scared seeking for help so that their story might not be heard outside. Well, this is a professional system, so you can seek help in our system, and we'll be able to actually provide that help. All right. Thank you, Mr. Ibarra. Thank you so much for following one father who I am beginning to admire and admire. Thank you so much. Thank you, Prosper. Thank you, Chidima. I see you. All right. If you are a single parent, Joba, I want to know, have you been able to get the link? All right. Have you been able to get the link? If you've been able to get the link, please let me see your comment in the comment section. YouTube community, if you have the link, let me see your comment in the comment section, please. Let's see your comment in the comment section. We really do appreciate you being here today. Thank you so much for coming, all right? Again, if you want to get copies of our, if you want to get replays of the Fathers Conference, please reach out to us. Replays costs with the worksheet and the blueprint cost 5,000 naira, and you can get a copy. You can have access to it, get a copy, and all of that. We already have quite a number of fathers who have actually subscribed to get copies and start their journey. All right, Ekejuba said I have registered. Awesome, thank you. Oh, awesome, that's good already. You've registered, Charlotte. Thank you so much. We'll see you on Friday at the masterclass. All right, if you have anybody, anybody who is parenting alone, widowed, single mother, whatever it is, we want them in that masterclass as we bring the Single Parenting Academy to come teach them. I'm not teaching in that masterclass. We're bringing the academy, that's what they do, so that they will be able to teach you. They have experience on that journey, on that aspect, and all of that. So that they're coming to come and facilitate it, right? As much as I know the book knowledge of single parenting, I would always like to do book knowledge and and life experiences. All right, life experiences. So that's what we're doing. All right, so we're bringing life experience and people, and also the book knowledge. All right, I've always shared with you book knowledge. I know that the experiences are deeper than I can even imagine myself. And so it's something that I know that we also need in our society today, so that we can raise a lot more better children. Thank you so much, Sandra. Did you get value being here? Since we don't have questions, did you get value being here? Did you get value? The number one thing every parent must do is to deal with it. Oh, okay, Oluchi, I guess you're just logging in. All right. Thank you so much, all right, for being here. And since we don't have any questions, great work and your team is doing. Please, how do we share the link with single parents we want to share with? Okay, the link is already here. So we're also going to share the link on our communities: Facebook, WhatsApp, YouTube. Yes, YouTube. We also share to our YouTube community. We have a community pack on our YouTube, right? And interestingly, also we're also opening up a subscription part of our YouTube soon. We're going to announce that, all right? So we will share that with you, and we will also share via email. So in case you have anybody who is single parenting, you will get the link. We will share the link everywhere, all right? Thank you, Adi Better. Thank you. All right. So see you again at 2 p.m. next week. We will be glad to host you again. Remember that we also have books that can help you on your parenting journey. My books are available on Amazon. You can look out for them, right? Connect to Correct, The Discipline That Works, and From Yelling to Calm. These books will help you. We also have, it's also going to have we also have a lot of other resources for you, guides that can help your journey. If you're struggling in any area of your journey, we can help. We're here to help you. We're committed to helping you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being at this broadcast with us. See you again. Any audiobooks? Not yet. Audiobooks are, things that we haven't explored yet. We will try and explore it, because a lot of fathers are coming to us and saying, can we have audiobooks? We like paperback books a lot. We'll explore that option as well, and also put it out there. We will tell you when our audiobooks are ready. All right, so you can get our books anywhere you are, all over the country. All right. We can also get them, like I said, on Amazon, all right, and that will help. Thank you so much for being here, and see you again next Tuesday at 2 p.m. We'll bring you a hotter topic. You don't want to miss it. Thank you, and have a good evening.